You picked the wrong woman to mess with today. General Amelia Hayes's voice remained steady, even as Officer Gregson twisted her arm behind her back. Metal cuffs snapped around her wrists, too tight, drawing blood. Talking back to an officer, Sergeant Rhodes loomed over her. That's how people like you end up with problems. Hayes memorized his badge number, his name tag, the faint scar on his left cheek. Check her for weapons, Rhodes commanded. Gregson jabbed her ribs during the search, finding her wallet, keys, and phone. He tossed them into an evidence bag. Something funny, Rhodes demanded when he noticed her composed expression. Hayes said nothing. They missed the high-tech communicator hidden in her jacket lining. Get her in the car, Rhodes barked. A knight in holding should fix that attitude. They shoved her head down, forcing her into the cruiser. They had no idea who they'd just arrested. Fluorescent lights buzzed overhead. The processing room smelled of sweat and cleaning chemicals. Hayes stood perfectly still for her mugshot. The camera clicked. Name? The booking officer didn't look up from his computer. Amy Hayes. Address? She provided her address in Crestview, a quiet suburban area. The officer paused, eyes narrowing. That's in Silver Ridge. His tone shifted, recognizing the affluent, mostly white neighborhood. Hayes pressed her thumb against the fingerprint scanner. Black ink stained her skin. Behind her, Officers Rhodes and Gregson laughed by the water cooler. Another one from Silver Ridge thinking she's above the rules, Gregson said, voice carrying deliberately. Had to put her in her place, Rhodes replied. These people need to learn. Hayes memorized every word, every inflection, every face watching her process. Phone call? She asked the booking officer.
He pointed to the wall phone. One call. Make it count. Hayes dialed a number from memory. Not her lawyer. Not family. Operations Center, Pentagon, a crisp voice answered. Authorization code Bravo Delta 491. Hayes spoke clearly. Initiating Protocol Oversight Alpha. Location transmitting. A moment of silence. Confirmed. General Hayes. Response team deploying. Timeline 43 minutes. Hayes hung up as Councilman Marcus Green stormed into the station. His tailored suit and polished shoes gleamed under the harsh lights. Another troublemaker? Green demanded, looking through the glass at Hayes. Rhodes nodded. Just processing her now, sir. Good, Green said. These checkpoint resistors need consequences. The program's too important. Hayes was escorted to a holding cell. The door clanged shut. She sat on the metal bench, back straight, face composed. The clock on the wall read 9:17 p.m. In exactly 43 minutes, everything would change. 2 hours earlier, sunset painted the sky orange over Crestview. General Amelia Hayes drove her modest sedan through familiar streets. The neighborhood transitioned from predominantly middle-class families to the wealthier, whiter suburbs of Oak Ridge. Blue lights flashed ahead. Police cruisers blocked the road. A checkpoint. Hayes slowed, window already rolling down. She'd done nothing wrong. This should take seconds. Officer Gregson approached, flashlight beams sweeping across her face. ID and registration. Hayes reached slowly for her glove compartment. May I ask what this checkpoint is for, officer? Gregson stiffened. Just routine. ID now. She handed over her driver's license. Gregson studied it, flashlight lingering on her address. Silver Ridge resident? He said into his radio, requesting additional verification. Hayes noticed his emphasis on her neighborhood. Is there a problem with my identification, officer? Wait here. Gregson walked back to the cruiser, license in hand. Hayes watched through her rearview mirror. Gregson showed her license to another officer. They both looked at her car, laughing. Sergeant Rhodes emerged from the command vehicle. Gregson pointed at Hayes' car. Rhodes nodded, approaching with deliberate slowness. Step out of the vehicle, ma'am. His tone carried no respect with the formality. May I ask why? My license is valid. Step out now. Rhodes' hand rested on his holster. We're implementing enhanced search protocol. Hayes knew her rights. Enhanced search requires reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. What's your suspicion, Sergeant? Rhodes' face hardened. Out of the car. Hayes complied, movements deliberate. I'd like to note that this appears to be selective enforcement. We decide what's selective, Rhodes said. Hands on the hood. I decline consent to search my vehicle without probable cause, Hayes stated calmly. Terry versus Ohio and Delaware versus Prowse established clear guidelines. Look at the lawyer here, Gregson mocked, moving closer. Thinks she knows the law. Hayes stood her ground. I'm familiar with my Fourth Amendment rights. Rhodes stepped closer. Your kind always want to make things difficult. My kind? Hayes raised an eyebrow. Troublemakers, Rhodes clarified, but his meaning hung transparent in the air. Other drivers watched from their cars, some recording with phones. Rhodes noticed, gesturing to another officer. Clear these vehicles through, no recordings. Hayes observed Officer Davis approaching cars, making people put phones away. She committed each face to memory, each badge number, each license plate. Last chance, Rhodes said. Consent to search or face obstruction charges. I respectfully decline and request a supervisor, Hayes said. I am the supervisor. Rhodes signaled to Gregson. Detain her. Gregson grabbed Hayes' arm, twisting it behind her back. The pain shot through her shoulder. Stop resisting, Gregson shouted, though she wasn't resisting. I'm not resisting, Hayes said clearly, aware of creating an audio record. I'm complying under protest. Rhodes stepped closer. You don't tell us how to do our jobs. Hayes noticed Gregson's body camera. The red recording light blinked off. Your body camera appears to be malfunctioning, Officer Gregson, she noted. Mind your own business, Gregson snapped, tightening his grip. Hayes' military training kicked in. She could disable both officers in seconds. But that wasn't why she was here, not tonight's mission. I'll be filing a formal complaint, she said instead. Rhodes laughed. Good luck with that. Councilman Green personally oversees checkpoint operations. Your complaint goes straight to his trash can.
Hayes' watch pressed against her wrist. The military-grade device captured every word, every admission. Evidence gathering continued. Search the car, Rhodes ordered another officer. Sir, without a warrant, Hayes began, we have checkpoint authority under City Ordinance 27-9, Rhodes interrupted. Hayes knew the ordinance, knew its constitutional flaws, knew exactly who pushed it through. Find anything? Rhodes called to the officer searching her car. Clean, sir. Rhodes seemed disappointed. Check under the seats, these Silveridge people always hiding something. Hayes' fingers discreetly pressed a button on her watch. The GPS tracker activated. Pentagon systems now monitored her location in real time. Nothing, sir, the officer reported. Rhodes turned back to Hayes. Well, you're still interfering with a lawful checkpoint. That's obstruction. Citing constitutional protections is not obstruction, Hayes countered, and now arguing with an officer? Rhodes nodded to Gregson. Cuff her. The metal cuffs bit into her wrists. Amelia Hayes, you're under arrest for obstruction of justice and resisting a lawful checkpoint inspection. Rhodes recited satisfaction in his voice. Hayes noticed a young woman in a nearby car recording discreetly. Their eyes met briefly. Hayes gave an imperceptible nod. You have the right to remain silent, Rhodes continued. I'm aware of my Miranda rights, Hayes interrupted. I assume you're transporting me to the Oak Ridge station.
Rhodes paused, thrown by her composure. That's right. I'll need my phone call when we arrive. You'll get what we decide to give you, Gregson said, shoving her toward the cruiser. As they led her away, Hayes glanced at the checkpoint. Officer Davis turned away another Silver Ridge resident for additional screening. 3 cars with white drivers passed through without stopping. Pattern established. Evidence accumulating. Gregson pushed her head down, forcing her into the back seat. Officer Gregson, badge number 4923. That use of force is unnecessary and excessive, Hayes stated for her watch's recording. Shut up, Gregson snapped, slamming the door. Through the window, Hayes watched Rhodes speaking with another officer. He gestured toward Silver Ridge, laughing. The cruiser pulled away from the checkpoint. Hayes sat calmly in the back, mentally reviewing the Pentagon protocol she had just activated. The situation was proceeding exactly as anticipated.
Did that story grab your attention?
Hit that like button right now to show your support for more hard-hitting justice thrillers like this one. At True Crime Files TV, we deliver powerful voice-only narratives that keep you engaged. Whether you're commuting, working out, or just relaxing, our signature storytelling style brings you into intense moments of injustice and the satisfying path to accountability. Subscribe to never miss our weekly uploads featuring gripping justice thrillers, stories of ordinary people facing extraordinary challenges, and powerful narratives with unexpected twists. With premium voice-only content, it's perfect for multitasking. Turn on notifications so you'll know immediately when we drop our next story. Your support helps us create more content that matters. True Crime Files TV, where justice speaks volumes.